Hey everybody, welcome to our little minor volleyball camp. I am your coach, Coach Vagley, for the 2021 season. So I am just going to do a little presentation for you just to kind of go over things that will be expected throughout the next few practices. So let's take a look. So I'm just going to give you a little introduction about myself. We're going to go over the schedule, some equipment you may need, the expectations and goals, and then some other information. So if you can't remember how to say my name, it's Coach Vaguely, like I vaguely remember to do my homework, but I know you all remember to do your homework, so that shouldn't be a problem. But if you can't remember vaguely, you can always call me Coach V. That works too. I have played volleyball since middle school and I still play it today, so I have quite a few years under my belt. I'm going into my 7th year as the junior varsity coach for the Beulah High School. I have also coached in the past. I've coached C Squad and I've also coached grade 7 and 8 as well. So if I had to pick a passion of mine, it would definitely be volleyball. I have loved this sport ever since my first tryout and ever since I stepped out onto the court. It has been a fantastic journey and I love passing my wealth of knowledge onto you young athletes, and my hope is I hope to inspire you to possibly play when you get up to the middle school and eventually up to the high school. So that is why I love this sport. So I want to go over our schedule with you. This is our schedule. You should have kept that sheet for your registration because that had the schedule on it. If not, I'll see if I can get one sent out to you, but you will see here the dates, you'll see the locations, you'll notice the field house. That used to be the old Fit Club. If you're not sure where that's at or your parents aren't sure, just tell them to give me a shout and I can definitely help them out. Notice the days that when we do go to the field house, the bus will not drop you off there. So you have to make sure you have a ride. So make sure you figure that out prior to that. And all of our times are from 3:30 to 5 o'clock. So right after school. And the only thing you can notice there is on Tuesday, March 2nd. Right now it is scheduled at the elementary school, but that could change to the field house. That just depends on our high school girls basketball team and where they end up. So that is our schedule for our practices. So equipment, you might be asking yourself, man, what do I need to bring? You definitely need to have gym shoes. I know Mrs. Schmidt hasn't been lending out tennis shoes at all this year, so you need to make sure that you get gym shoes. Make sure you have a water bottle, make sure that it's full, because you'll be working hard, I promise you. Proper clothing, t-shirt and shorts are recommended. We are going to be moving a lot, and if you're wearing jeans and a hoodie, you're going to be not so comfortable. So I would highly recommend t-shirt and shorts. And then knee pads are optional. You can practice using them so that you get used to them and wearing them, but they are completely optional if you want to bring those. So expectations before practice. So there is going to be a sign-in sheet where I will check off your name for attendance. So you cannot go into the gym until I let you go into the gym. I got to make sure I have all my kids or see who's all here, and then we kind of go from there. So what are some things that you can do while you're waiting? Well, you should change into your clothes. So your t-shirt, shorts, shoes, and it's really recommended that you put your hair in a ponytail because sometimes if your hair is in your face, you can't really see what's going on. So if possible, put your hair up in a ponytail. And then, like I said earlier, if you have knee pads, you can put those on too. Make sure you go to the bathroom because we don't want you in and out of practice. We want you in practice so you can focus on our awesome skills we're going to teach you. Again, fill up that water bottle. If you have an extra snack throughout the day, definitely eat that before you come because that's going to be a long day for you, not being done practice until 5 o'clock. So make sure that you eat a snack before you come. And then the last thing is that you have to sit in the hallways by the gym doors. And you guys all know where the gym is, so don't have to explain that to you. But you can leave your backpacks and coats in your lockers until the end of practice. You don't need to bring them down with you. It's just easier to leave them there. And then at the end of practice, you can definitely go pick those up. And there will be absolutely no running up and down the halls. So just make sure you get to where you need to go. You're just doing those things that I went over and waiting until we get into the gym. So what are the expectations during practice? So number one is always listening to your coaches. Now notice coaches is plural. I won't be the only one there. I'm going to have lots of assistant coaches helping me out, and some of those girls are probably going to be from the high school, and they've had plenty of years of experience as well. So they might be coming down to help us out as well. Number two, don't grab any volleyballs until you're told by myself or else my assistant coaches, just because it's not meant for running around. It's just meant for, we use them for the drills and we put them back. When the whistle blows, no talking or bouncing volleyballs. That's just out of respect so that you can hear and your peers can hear as well. We're always running from drill to drill. Volleyball is a very cardiovascular sport, so making sure that we run from drill to drill to get our hearts nice and healthy. No ball gets left on the floor. We don't want anybody having an accident, and by that I mean we don't want anybody rolling an ankle or something like that. That would be really bad. So just make sure you get the ball off the floor and you take it to where you need to go. And then the last part, the most important part, is number 6. You have to come with a positive attitude and mindset, encourage your friends, learn lots, and have fun. You will find that some things might come easier to you than other things, and that is okay. We are here just to learn and have lots of fun so that when you get more years of experience, you are really going to have a lot of fun with volleyball. Last thing for expectations is after practice, making sure that we help clean up the gym, whether we're at the elementary school or at the field house, making sure we put volleyballs away, the nets, all that kind of stuff. If I have hula hoops out or anything like that, making sure we help put all of that away. Be sure you have all of your belongings. If we're at the field house and it gets left there, it might have to stay there for a little while, because we may not be back there for a couple of days. So make sure you have all your belongings, and then be sure that you have a ride home. You know the schedule. I showed you that earlier in that slide. So make sure you let your parents know where you're going to be and what time they should come pick you up. So here are your goals. So third graders, I'm really excited to see what my third graders are going to show up with this year, but your goal is to work on passing. So these things may not make any sense to you right now, and that is totally okay because you'll learn about them. But by the end of our camp, you should learn athletic position, hand position, and footwork, or something we call step and close. My fourth graders, some of you were here last year, some of you are brand new, so your goal by the end of camp is to have passing and serving down. So you're going to have everything as far as athletic position, hand position, and footwork for step and close. But now for serving, that's the one thing that's added on from last year, those of you that participated. We're going to work on your footwork and arm placement and making sure you can serve that ball over the net. So some other information you might be wondering about: masks. I know that's kind of the big thing right now. Right now they are optional if you want to wear them in the gym, but they are not required. I'm kind of running it like Mrs. Schmidt runs her gym classes. I would recommend though, if you're sitting in the hallway and you're waiting, it's okay to have that mask on while you're waiting, or try to maintain that 6 feet distance so that if you wanted to eat your snack, you can do that, but you can do it safely. So as of right now, masks are optional, but they're not required. But if you feel more comfortable wearing one, you may absolutely wear one. I'm totally okay with that. Let's say you come in the morning and you forgot your gear. Call your parents or guardians as soon as possible. If it's 3:30 and you forgot your stuff, you're missing out on really important skills for practice. So if you forgot your gear, it's okay. Ask your teachers if you can just make that quick phone call so that they can bring it to you. And the last thing is, when we are at the elementary school, your parents and guardians should pick you up at door 8. So if you guys know where my classroom is, that's that door out there. So it's the northeast door or the fourth grade entrance and exit. The front doors will not be open, so they won't be allowed to come in through the front, but your parents or guardians should pick you up at door 8, which is right by my classroom at the end of the hall. So I think that's all I have for you. I'm really excited about this season. I hope you are too, and I can't wait to start practice with you in a couple of days. So we'll see you soon. Let's go Miners.